day to call ourselves masters of the deep, never diver pride. Yo, this song is especially dedicated to all the naval divers out there. Past, future, present. Ha, ha. Who else but we? Somebody tell me. Who else but we? Somebody tell me. Who else but we? Who step up to the plate for my city SG. Divers. We fight on through the plight. All day. To righteously earn the right. Every day. To call ourselves masters of the deep, never diver pride. Yo, we them boys from the N. AVY, better known as rock men. We be training all day, rolling wet in the sand. That's the reason we're the baddest from the sea, air, and land. And nothing stands in our way, cause to us the only easy day was yesterday. With my brothers at the grinder getting hammered all day. Build a body hotter than a rock for the ladies. We had to go through hell just to make it back alive with a story to tell. There were so many times I felt like ringing a bell, but how can I leave my brothers to suffer themselves? We were taught to live by the HIT, honor, team spirit, integrity. The more we get together, the stronger we be, cause we're the best of the best divers of the Navy. Who else?
Hi guys, I was talking to someone on the specialist team that handle network security, and what I can actually show is under community guideline that there is a protocol for one of the case that I actually want to talk about earlier on, but since my other device is not working very well, I must well say it on the guideline form. Guideline for user behavior and community guidelines since last update 2015 on the 17th August. And if you read the statement, here is a little statement here that I think is very protocol. Having a great experience on imvu means you will interact with other service and other community member. Being respectful of others and our policy is critical. User common sense as you interact with others, think it would be saying the same thing, or if you were talking to that user in person. And please be polite. Freedom of speech and having of opinion does not mean you can be abusive, hateful, or disrespectful. And if you read the community guideline very well, the statement did mention bully. Quite a long list to be honest. But I'm gonna cut a little bit here. Bullying and harassment, be nice. Yes, it's as simple as that. Do not bully or threaten or harass anyone. Do not participate in hate speech or hateful of others based on their races and profession, appearance, medical condition, etc., which is considered as a community guideline as well. Do not target individual or degrade or shame them. Do not pass personal information about others. Do not be vulgar, abusive, or sexually exploit in conversation or any convo that you are talking to each other, where other parties are not happy about such convo. Do not be disrespectful or abusive or vulgar in your post, message, or chat. That will be such a behavior is very bad, and of course reach the community guideline, I guess. And continue such behavior to the extreme where all other participants in the chat are offended is not okay. Do not monopolize or disrupt the flow of a chat room by sending repeated character or words. If others are telling you to stop, you are negatively impacting others' experience. Sexual and adult behavior is also recommended, but I'm not gonna read that. I'll let you guys see it instead. And it did mention quite a few pinpoints. Do not use exploit and obscene language. Do not engage in sexual solicitation. Do not engage in adult theme or sexual oriented activities unless you use an adult have an access pass AP are interacting with others access pass holding adults. Think of movie where content behavior for an R-rated movie but not PG-13 rated one. Ugh. That is very disgusting of my reading. I'm not gonna read all those. Quite a few of these are very recent. I mean, people don't read through the guideline is very bad news, and I think this kind of guideline need to be rephrased here. Is that think it as this way, take it as your own term, like you're actually a game developer and I want you to follow this rule is to not break and make it very presenting on the game, and it's making the game losing face, and a lot of people losing hope in actually helping each other in this kind of a scenario is very big, and quite a few of these are very bad, but of course I can tell you there's a do and don't, and do not, I'm not gonna read all this, but here is another one that I want to pinpoint. Do not take advantage of bugs or glitches. If I encounter them in a manner that is malicious or fraudulent, we expect you to report such issue on imvu and not use them as a workaround or bypass our policy and guideline. Failure to follow the guideline has consequences and may result in action against your account. And they also have a PSE logo guideline safety precaution, which is also reached to certain degree. And this is actually Googled, and I myself see the result, and from what I'm actually reading, one of the offender did like aggressively targeting one person and caused a major disruption on the other user, and the other user is unhappy. So technically the other user is my imvu mom, and I did say I'm gonna protect her in a certain guideline way. I saw the chat and I feel disgusted. I honestly feel, as a game developer, I feel this is very common, but in a sense that the other party is dishonest, and honesty is one. And the guideline did mention that if you disrupt or give something bad to other user and the other user got something to say back, is definitely a abusive way. And I did mention, as a game developer, it's a big headache, and I honestly think this guideline need to be enforced at this point. And I highlighted a paragraph here is imvu us that you respect the imvu online community as well as other individual participants. Your conduct should be guided by these community guidelines, our term of service, and also common common sense and basic etiquette, like your own personal appearance and your own personal habit also need to be changed. And we did mention imvu strive to create an enjoyable place for all users who are 13 or older and from all across the globe. Additionally, our customer engage in self expansion, utilize virtual product in available in our catalog. Those products are created and rated by our content creators are expected to comply with virtual good rating and policy. There's quite a few of other things that is in the guideline as well, but I'm not gonna go through all this because I know people don't read it, and I find it boring, and they just create the game and don't give a second thought and just go ahead and bully people. It's not good. And this is the last paragraph that I think people should really think twice before taking a very bad action. Mm-hmm. What happens if you do not comply with imvu policy? We want everyone who join imvu to have fun with friends and family or whatsoever new friend to ensure the experience is fun for everyone. We offer tools so our user can block others and report to us if anyone or any content that is not compliant with our policy. We review all such reports and take action as necessary. If your content or behavior is reported under this process, we will review and warn you so you do not repeat such behavior or share such content. We may also disable your account as per our term and service so that you can no longer participate in the imvu community. And if you read the final province, state the English text of these user terms and conditions consult in the source of authentic text to be event of any disgrace or dispersion between the English text and translation into a foreign language, the English text shall prevail. In a short term, I think imvu read it very clear. You should never really take things for granted, and you should really the offender should really stop being abusive user and abusive to other people or even family member can be very handheld. And personally, I think we don't need to take this action, but if it's a necessary action and it's been reviewed by imvu level 3 support team, they can disable your account or they will give you a warning. But since it's a warning that happened multiple times and this person does not change, we are forced to take very bad law enforcement issue to the term that community guideline will be enforced and make sure things is back to normal. We as a game developer see chat log like this, and I think it's a real headache for me to progress this kind of processing issue. And we do want to save us some paperwork. We don't want to report you and do all the guideline community warning letter to send to your account and get all these fancy text messages. But if you did broke the rule and guideline, we are forced to do something. In terms of conduct, I see from the review chat and the chat log, my mom is not an offender, but I do take some action to retrieve some data and here and there to make sure thing is correctly meet the guideline. My mom did happens to cross some border. I mean, it's not offensive border, but to other people is a bad border and the person is bad, and they saying that this person will cause drama and a lot of funny things going on. And honestly, let's cut to the chase, shall we? We are not held responsible if we game developer find you did something wrong. We also will have to take action against the person, and we also want to save paperwork. Why for we go through so much problem to write in a paperwork, and later on personnel will come after me because of inconvenience that the user caused. And the user caused in the policy is very bad news. I mean, take it from a 2015 form. I think the community guideline is up to standard. But to a standpoint, you need to follow the community guideline as your behavior need to be changed, and we did warn you one or twice. If the twice you still continue the following action, we are forced to actually take action and disable your account. And if you did not do something wrong and laboratory people thought, okay, maybe you did something okay, they will give you a verbal warning, but the guideline is breached, so we will have to do action against the user. As a as a game tester and a casual gamer, I always see the chat log, and I myself as a game developer trainee think this is a potential thing that people need to know. I mean, literally, if you just broke the law, you don't expect me to help you. We have to take this as a consideration that you did this minor mistake and you did this dirty, and the dirty text happened to be caught red-handed on the particular chat log, then we were forced to take action against you. So do not blame if the game developer take action against your account, but blame on yourself that you did something that is very bad and caused the community guideline and make us feel like we need to take action at this point. So if you're being bad or good or whatsoever, please consider being good. But if you breach the community guideline on imvu, I'm sorry, we will take action and we will talk to the user again to make sure it's never to happen again. At this kind of cases, I want to apply that a lot of us are cybersecurity expert before, and we want the game developer to be safety as well, and we also want the game to be a safe place where people can express experience the game itself and make sure it's follow the guideline. So from here on, I will consider reading all the chat log from here, and if you still continue your behavior, I'm sorry, I will take action and I will make sure it's to the last point. I really don't want to do this, but if something goes wrong on the guideline, we do have to progressively dealing with you, and then we have to write in letter. Oh boy, a lot of things, to be honest, and I have to go through all the meaningless paper. For me, it's a lot of paperwork, and I guess community guideline is good for me, and I really follow the rule here. So I don't know about other people, but I think they should really read about the terms and condition and the requirement and the guideline as well. As per user, as you enter a game or any scenario, the guideline is the best part where you can use as a dictionary as your defense tool, and we want to excel to protect you to the maximum point. So thanks guys, I hope this is a helpful tip and help tip that I can give, and probably it's best for my mom to see this as well, because from the guideline I'm reading and the harassment and bullying is really The offender is very aggressive, to be honest. I will personally report that person instead of she did something or he did something, I don't know. So it's not to pinpoint each other, but to law enforcement. Well, I'm out and see you guys.
Somebody tell me who else but we. Somebody tell me who else but we could step up to the plate for my city ass chick. Divers, we fight on true reply. All day to righteously underwrite. Every day to call ourselves masters of the deep, never diver pride. Still remember when we first came in, a batch of new blood here for the same thing. Before we